stay back in case they bounce at us.
On the night of November 1st, 2025, people in southern Texas went to sleep expecting calm weather. But within hours, the skies turned dark, thunder echoed, and baseball-sized hail began crashing down on homes, cars, and streets. Cities like Portland, Taft, Ingleside, and Alice were hit the hardest. Windows shattered, roofs were torn apart, and thousands of residents lost power overnight. By morning, neighborhoods looked unrecognizable, streets covered in thick layers of ice, vehicles destroyed, and people stepping outside in disbelief. Meteorologists explained that the storm formed when warm, humid air from the Gulf of Mexico collided with cold northern air, creating the perfect setup for a super hailstorm. Within minutes, the calm night turned into a violent scene. Winds shifted suddenly, visibility dropped to almost zero, and the sound of hail hitting rooftops echoed like hammer blows through the night. In Portland, parking lots were left looking like wreckage zones, hundreds of cars with shattered windshields and crushed metal. Drivers were forced to pull over or take shelter under bridges as the storm raged on. Residents said it was one of the scariest nights they've ever experienced. The sheer noise, the sudden chaos, and the force of nature left everyone shaken. Now, cleanup crews are working to repair the damage while officials warn that unstable weather may continue in the coming days. Texas has faced countless storms, but few have been as sudden and destructive as this one. Texas was hit hard last night, and cities like Taft and Ingleside took some of the worst damage. Winds ripped through at nearly 60 miles per hour, powerful enough to knock down power lines and snap huge tree branches like twigs. Homes made of lighter materials, especially prefab houses and metal roofs, didn't stand a chance. Windows shattered under a barrage of hail, letting rain pour straight into people's living rooms. As the power grid went down, entire neighborhoods went dark, leaving residents to rely on noisy backup generators through the night. The sound of howling winds mixed with pounding hail turned the night into something straight out of a disaster movie. Over in Alice, Texas, the storm looked almost unreal. Hail piled up so deep it looked like a snowstorm in autumn. By the next morning, streets, playgrounds, and gardens were still blanketed in white, a rare sight for a place known for its hot, humid weather.
Oh my God!
Meteorologists said it only took 10 minutes for hailstones, some over an inch wide, to cause chaos, smashing car windshields, denting metal, and bringing traffic to a complete halt. Several roads had to be shut down while cleanup crews worked to clear the ice and reopen routes. And the damage didn't stop there. Areas like Riviera, Kingsville, and Gregory were also hit hard. Roofs were ripped apart, tiles scattered across yards, and local farmers woke up to devastated crops, especially cotton and corn fields. By sunrise, entire gardens and farmlands were buried under layers of ice, the plants crushed under the unexpected weight. For Texans used to sunshine and heat, this freak storm was a chilling reminder of just how wild nature can get. Last night, Texas faced one of the most intense hailstorms in recent memory. The coastal power grid went down, leaving thousands without electricity for several hours. Repair crews worked through the night, and by sunrise, most of the lights were finally back on. According to the National Weather Service, radar images showed massive clusters of hail forming along the Colorado River before crashing into the coastal areas. The storm swept from north to south, through Brownwood, San Saba, and Gold, growing stronger as it approached Corpus Christi. Experts are calling it a super hail complex. That's when powerful updrafts push water droplets high into the atmosphere, freezing them, dropping them, and lifting them again over and over until the hailstones grow huge. Residents from Portland to Alice, from Taft to Sinton, said it was like nothing they'd ever seen. The sky flashed non-stop with lightning, hail pounded down like artillery fire, and the wind roared through the trees. Even though the storm passed quickly, the impact was unforgettable. By morning, insurance agents were already on the ground. Hundreds of claims poured in, cars with smashed windshields, roofs destroyed, and properties damaged across multiple counties. Some people even reported hailstones punching straight through car hoods. Early estimates suggest the total damage could reach into the millions of dollars, marking this as one of Texas's most destructive weather events of 2025. Fortunately, no deaths have been reported so far, but officials are warning everyone. This kind of massive hail can be life-threatening if you're not under proper shelter. Weather experts say even a hailstone just 2 inches wide can hit with the same force as a baseball bat, and that's no exaggeration. That's why every severe weather alert should be taken seriously, as a real emergency. Scientists believe this intense hailstorm is connected to rising atmospheric instability across the southern U.S. Warmer sea temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico are fueling the air with more moisture and energy, basically turning the sky into a storm factory. And it's not over yet. Meteorologists are tracking a cold air mass moving south that could collide with the warm coastal air again, possibly triggering more isolated thunderstorms and hail later this week. In Texas, when the storm finally passed, residents walked outside to a sight they'll never forget. Lawns and streets were covered in thick layers of ice. People grabbed brooms and shovels, clearing paths through what looked more like a winter scene than a southern town. Many stopped to snap photos of the massive hailstones, still frozen solid even after sunrise. In some neighborhoods, you could hear the steady hum of generators. Power still hadn't been restored everywhere. A truly shocking storm, one that's left Texans cleaning up and bracing for what might come next. Stay tuned and check out our latest video for more on this developing story.